Hi guys, Jennifer McCune here, coming to you live from Central Virginia. We got snow yesterday, so it's not so sunny today. Many of you might have seen that I started a blog this year that I'm super excited about. It is called Mompreneur Next Door. And the reason for this is because I started a business. It'll be 7 years ago in May. I can hardly believe it. And I became one of the top earners in the company. And in this blog, I wanted to share how I'm just like any mom next door, just like any of you, any of your neighbors, whatever. Hey, Jillian, that I could just be like any of you, and some tips that I did and something that might help you in this journey. Being a mom and being a professional is not always easy. So this week, I'll share my blog in our links comments here. So this week I talked about maybe you're asking yourself the wrong question. So 7 years ago now, I was working full time. I was doing culture and language training for the military. I was going to school at night for my project management certificate. My kids were 5, 8, and 10, and I just wanted something different. It didn't feel quite right. So I was asking myself, gosh, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? So I was looking around and saw a lot of things that I could do, but nothing felt right. So I was thinking, gosh, maybe I need to really reframe this and ask myself a different question. So I did, and I wanted to share that process with you guys in the hopes that it might help some of you. And so instead of asking myself, what do I want to do? Because I think we're always going to do what we want to do. I decided to ask myself, how do I want to live? What do I want my life in 5 years to look like? And when I asked that question, things really changed for me. And I realized that it revolved, around 3 different things that I really wanted time flexibility, not only for then, but for the future and beyond, my whole life. My parents don't live near me, so I want to have the flexibility to visit them as they get older. My kids at the time were 5, 8, and 10, and I knew I didn't want just flexibility for when they were little. I wanted flexibility as they got older. And it's so funny, like one of the things that I envisioned was being able to spend time with the kids when they wanted me around. I foresaw teenagers who might not always want me around. And that's exactly what's happened. So I love that I have this flexibility now. I walk my daughter and my dog to school every day. She's in 6th grade. She still wants me to. Every single day that she wants me to, I will. If my boys are around and they want to chat, I love that I can be available. And when they go to college, if they need me, I want to be available at the drop of a hat. As my parents have more time that maybe they can spend with me and different needs, I want to have the flexibility for that as well. So I knew that time flexibility was super important for me, not just because my kids were little, but gosh, even as hopefully I become a grandparent, that I'll have that flexibility as well, and to travel and enjoy life. I also knew that I wanted to make my own money. I'm happily married. I'm super grateful that I have a wonderful partner in life, but I also know that I wanted to be financially reliant on me and be a contributing partner for various reasons. Most of us women at some point are going to find that we need to be able to financially take care of ourselves, and I wanted to make sure that I was set and established and ready for that. And lastly, I knew I wanted to be intellectually stimulated. I have a PhD. I love learning. I love reading. I love growing. I don't want to stagnate in my life. I don't want to be, I'm actually going to be 49 this weekend. I didn't want to be at the spot that I'm like, okay, just kind of coasting along in life. I continuously want to grow and learn and be in an inspiring, empowering environment and help other people feel and be the same. I mean, how invigorating is that? So for me, this is what helped me fall on the business that I landed on, is when I learned about it on LinkedIn, my skeptical side said, oh my gosh, why would I ever do anything like that? And then my rational side, looking at the checkbox, is like, man, it fills all the checkboxes. It makes sense. You could really change your life. Like, think about this, make an educated decision. So I did, and I'm so glad I did it. It completely changed my life from working full-time, going to school at night with the 3 young kids to now have this, my kids are home today with a snow day. So I got to walk the dog when I felt like it. My daughter's upstairs making an Egyptian haunted house that they were taking me through. I had lunch with the kids, been hanging out with them. And I didn't have to call in sick, or I didn't have to go to work and not be with them today. So, and still having that financial freedom to really make a difference for our family, making more than I ever have before when I sat behind a desk. So, and man, I learn a lot every single day. I put myself out there, and so it's been really, really wonderful. I'm so glad that I did that exercise, and I recommend it for all you guys. Instead of asking yourself, what do I want to do? Start asking yourself, how do I want to live? And visualize what 5 years from now looks like for you, and ask those questions of what is important to you. What do those values look like for you? For me, it was relationships, with my family, friends, spiritually. It was also financial independence, and it was also continuous growth in my life. So what do those values look like for you? And maybe that will help you land on something that is better suited to the life you want to live. I know that I look back at that person who I was, it'll be 7 years ago in May, and I'm so glad that I pushed myself way outside of my comfort zone and took a chance to make a change, because truly it has been life-changing. And I cannot recommend enough doing that for you, making that choice to really ask yourself how you want to live your life every single day and be very intentional about it. Wednesday Wisdom. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.